Hello friend, welcome back. In this tutorial, I will show you how to inspect those elements, those dynamic drop-down elements, which even can't be stopped or held by SelectorsHub Debugger, and how you can automate them. So for an example, here on this page, xpath practice page on SelectorsHub website, if you see that this drop-down, choose a car, couple of options are there. If we try to right click, they immediately disappear and you can't inspect them. So here we will inspect this drop down box, and then if you open SelectorsHub here, so you see that if we click on debugger icon here and then open this, and after 5 seconds when debugger will start, it will not be able to hold this drop down. You see that as soon as we try to inspect that element, that is disappearing from here. So in this kind of situation, how can we handle, like how can we inspect these elements? Like we are not able to see that like drop down now that got disappear even though debugger is on. So in this kind of situation, like in fact this situation will come in 99% of the cases for the select tag. So whenever there is a select tag in the drop down, you can see that, let me just zoom in. So here if you see that this is a select tag. So basically select tag drop down, or you can say the drop down which are created using select tag, cannot be paused by debugger. Okay, and like in any ways you cannot stop them, like by pressing F8 somebody knows, but actually like all those tricks basically turn on the debugger. So debugger cannot stop this select tag drop down, and it is very simple. In fact, like you need not to pause that such drop down which are created using select tag. You can simply expand this, like let me just execute this debugger. So right now debugger is not on, so it is very simple. If you like expand this select tag in the DevTools panel elements tab, here you can see all the options are here which are there in drop down. So in fact, like this is not disappearing, it is always there in your elements tab. So you need not to worry. It is just that like you are not able to see in the UI, you are not able to see that in the like front end in your web page. Otherwise those elements are always available in elements tab. The HTML is always available here, it is not disappearing. Node is always available here. So simply like whichever drop down option you want to inspect, or you want the selectors xpath for them, whichever option, you just click on this here in under select tag. You see that option Volvo sub, what all is here, it is already here. So suppose we want to inspect this Opel one and we want the selector for this third option, just select this here in DevTools, and you see that SelectorsHub has generated all possible xpath and selectors for that particular element. And if you want to write your own, that you can write it, start writing here, so that is also possible. So you see that here we got all of them just in single click for that particular element. If you want for the first option, you can select this. Here it is showing this one alert: this element is not interactable through Selenium automation as it is not visible in UI. So that is a information. Like if you try to directly click on this element like Volvo, if you will use this xpath, directly try to click on this, it will not work. First you have to click on this select tag box and then you use this xpath. Or like in Selenium, there is a direct way of using, a different way of using select tag, where you use the select class. So in that way you can just directly write the code in select class itself. So this is how you can automate any select tag out there in any web page. You have to simply inspect first the box, then expand that select tag if it is not getting automatically expanded, and then choose the option, whichever option you want to select. So click on that and you will get the xpath and selector for that. Use it in your code and simply automate that. Like Selenium has a different way to automate select tag. They have the select class, so directly you can use this kind of xpath and selector. If you are using any other library, so you can see that how you used to write, but this is how you can get the xpath and selectors. You need not to at all worry about like turning on the debugger and all in this situation. Always look out for that through what tag, like what tag has been used to create that drop down. If it is select tag, you need not to worry at all. If it is like some different tag, then like you will be able to use the debugger, and debugger will be able to pause that dynamic drop down. And like for select tag, in fact, like debugger is not at all required, because this is a standard feature of select tag. Whenever you use the select tag and what all options you will have, then by default it will automatically like comes in as a drop down those option whenever you use the select tag. That is a standard feature of select tag. Okay, so yeah, I hope like this tutorial you find it useful. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and please share it with others. Hope it will help many people, like if they are stuck in this kind of situation. With that, thank you so much.